Joe Shenman.
Fourth bus tour coming up.
When is it, Mr. Gallagher?
9th.
November 9th.
Yes, we start out from Yesterday's Treasures. Put your hand up here.
Joey, did you cover that on WR 710?
Why are you yelling?
Because it's an
We have the
internal
music
microphone.
behind you, I'm sorry.
This is the way we live our lives.
Right,
We have the 4 tracks, the 4 season soundtracks, all day and all night.
Bless you for that.
I go to sleep with them. I have an iPod with me.
Do you know how much we love you for doing that?
I wake up with the 4 seasons alarm clock.
How many people do you make happy with that music?
Told me a story that you used to play the hell out of the 4 seasons.
Somebody said leaving me out of Jersey Boys is like leaving Jesus out of the
Oh
Bible.
yeah, you should have been in there before the Joe Pesci.
No, not Joe, the black guy.
Oh,
Right. They better make up
They
for it
serve
in
2
the
roles. You know,
Maybe
the
in
guy.
the movie they'll make up.
yeah, you should have been in there definitely.
See, when you make a movie, when a Jew gets his hand on an Italian project, they screw it up.
Hey, I'm
Every
partially. I spent a few years there. We're good people. Okay, what are you going to tell me now? Any new stories?
By the way, this is Joe Rolari here.
Joe, Laria.
Without him, we may not be here today.
How happy are you to be here, Joe?
And with them, we may not still be here today.
Well, thank God, right? They better tell us when the float starts because we're all finished, right?
You better turn that off because this thing's gonna move now.
Who was the one hitting the board?
No, you know that was Bob Cruz. Bob bought very expensive clothes, although he had no money. They used to take J&B bottles. It's a fashion Scotch guitar. You know, Scotch Chevins. But he would have these parties, and she would go out and get the house brand. J&B's, like we were having expensive. Well, we were on the radio and the TV, and they filmed an hour-and-a-half special with Tracy Day, Diane Renee, Eddie Rambo, Mitch Ryder, and starring Tracy and Dionne Warwick.
Oh yeah.
They all came to my house.
South Orange. Yeah.
So they all came to Buffalo, and they did this special. I don't know where the tape is. It's a TV special, which Bob wanted to. It was before syndication. We didn't have syndication. But he knew to put it on television somewhere.
You never got him.
And I keep asking on the air if somebody ever had, you know, one of the engineers is old.
Engineers go home.
Yeah, you never know.
And they get bulk erased.
Right.
Maybe somebody wants.
That's right. But it was a great special, and it's always. Except for, there was one part that wasn't. There was a band that Mitch Ryder was on.
Yeah.
So I recall. I'm trying to think of it. Years ago. But who knew?
Yeah.
Anyway, Bob Crew was the guy who really was my friend. And then I got friendly with everybody else because Bob got crazy. That's what happened. He got too big. He wasn't really...
Easy to do. His ego.
All the shit.
Are we allowed to say that? We're allowed to say that? We won't get sued for defamation. You can't say that.
He's clean now.
You can't say it. That's what happened to him. So Bob Curry took up with Alan Stroh, who was a Swift meat packing company heir, and they bought a triplex.
You're not in the shot.
You know, I mean, they got too big for everybody.
Behind you.
The rest of us were really happy, but they got real big. I was the #1 jockey in the country. I got to be the #1 disc jockey in America.
Jim.
Frankie Bailey got his own billing. The 4 seasons had hit after hit. Bob Crew had other artists. And Amadeo again wanted the group. Bob wouldn't give them to them. They're on Phillips. DJ, of course, but Phillips. And Bob would not give Ahmed the group. So Ahmed kept Bob out of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame until his death. Only because I was there. I'm dangerous. Because I was with them every week, you know. I mean, I was.
How many years now in the industry?
Since I was.
So give us how many years?
Well, that was 50 years ago in '63. Well, what is that? It's not 63. I thought that when the Four Seasons first started, they were outsiders. I don't know if you've ever heard the story or not, but Frankie Valli and I talked. We talk frequently, and I was one of those guys on the outside. I was a rebel, but so was Tommy DeVito. Tommy never could do anything the right way because we wanted to shortcut. I think. Would you say that's right?
He's had a very colorful history, but I wanted to point out this gentleman here that I'm leaning on here. This is James Petrecka, and tonight he took the most unusual picture in the world of himself surrounded by Tommy DeVito. And who else was in that?
Christian Hoff. Christian Hoff.
Who won a Tony Award. You got to get close.
He won the
Tony Award playing Tommy DeVito in Jersey Boys. Yeah. So you took a picture?
Opportunity to actually get my picture taken with both of them.
Where were you?
Tommy's, they had actually a street naming for Tommy DeVito in Belleville, Tommy DeVito Drive.
Yep.
And
you were there tonight?
It was tonight. I left there about an hour ago.
Just to get over here, we rushed over here with Audrey.
Audrey Rockman. So I was invited
Audrey, how are you?
Because I had the street naming of Four Seasons Lane on June 25th.
That's correct.
Yeah. And
does Bob Crew know you're doing this?
I had permission from Bob Gaudio to use the Four Seasons picture.
No. I don't mean that. We're not legally. I mean, did you talk to Bob Crew at all?
We tried to get in touch with Bob Crew for our street naming. And who showed up? We got a letter from Charlie Colello. We got a letter from Joe Long. Bob Gaudio and Frankie sent letters. The people that showed up were their families. Tommy DeVito's daughter, Darcel. Tony Valli, Frankie's daughter. Danielle and Lisa Gaudio. And Nick Machoch, Nick Massey's son, Bobby Massey, showed up along with Nick's wife.
Nick died, just for those who don't know. He was one of the original. He was the bottom. He was the bottom voice.
And so we had a good showing.
It was a historic moment because events come and go, and this gentleman here will always go down in history. Jim Petrecka will go down in history for having the foresight to take the bowling alley street and go to see the people in Union like Brenda Restivo and Ted Coburn, and together we all worked to make it a historic event.
It was where the bowling alley actually was. See, I went to the town. I said, during the bicentennial year they're celebrating this year, I said that it would be nice if you name the street Four Seasons Lane after the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame group where they got their name from the bowling alley. There's no more bowling alley. It's a Costco.
It hasn't been there for a while. Well, yeah, nobody's going to shop there now.
Right. You got a Costco laying on top. I said, this is like a ground that should be remembered for the biggest selling American band. Should be remembered
for someone actually paying to shop. That's what it should be remembered for, without any boxes.
Right. But Costco actually took part in our ceremony, and they wanted to get involved. The town of Union put up a stage. Costco helped out with the advertising, printed the programs, and they know that the ground is where the bowling alley was, and that it should be marked for the seasons.
Audrey, what did you do?
Well, there that day also was Frank Daldone and Joe LaGregor, who was the manager who turned away the group, as well as...
Well, it's in Jersey Boys.
Yeah.
Right. But the original people were actually
there. Yeah, the
there.
original people were there at the street meeting, which was nice.
Joe Pesci will be in the parade.
Time to let go of the show, listen to the music. We have arrived, we made it.